Allah provides an ease, and external people they think everything they read is the story complete for them, as if it's all just opened up. I don't think they ever went to school, because the whole concept of school is you did homework for a day that you would be tested. After your test you got a grade. You didn't just show up into school and everybody got an A, but you had to go do homework, from homework you were given tests, from tests you were given grades. So Allah must be much more complicated, much more difficult, much more testing. And as a result for the one whom seeking, then there must be layers and layers of treasures, and what's required is the process of seeking. The external people when they come across these realities, and especially for the last days, much of which they have no understanding because of the system they're trying to implement that they don't implement anywhere else in life. You don't come to the door and all the treasures are at the door. That you come into a reality, you struggle within the room until Allah opens its treasures. So it means that the knowledges, Holy Qur'an, all these haqqaiqs and the realities are not plain for your eyes to see. And that's why Allah describes, they have eyes but they don't see. So when we're reading something they say, where you got this from shaykh? I read that it meant this. Yes, because you have eyes that don't see. And you hear the teachings and say, I've heard this and I've heard that, but Allah describes that you have ears but you don't really hear. Means that the tune and the frequency of what you hear is for external scholar and you don't hear the internal scholars. And if you come across their pages your eyes can't see that vibration and your ears can't hear that vibration, and you turn the channel thinking, these people don't know what they're talking about. But unfortunately it's the reverse, that these haqqaiqs and these realities are based on struggling and striving, blood, sweat and tears to reach these realities. And as a result of these realities they lie, these treasures they lie hidden within this way of ma'rifah. And this is the difference of the one whom seeking reality through awliya and what they understood from the heart.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream, every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Heart of Prophet it's the same in everything that we describe with the shaykh. That it's not merely the Qur'an, Holy Qur'an that you pick up and you understood everything, but it's encrypted and it looks into your eyes to see the love of Prophet. As a result then Sayyidina Muhammad holds the encryption key. So that ishq, that love that you step to try to initiate, but Prophet must deposit that love and that light within the heart of the servant. As a result of that light the encryption key is then given to the heart, so that when they look at the Qur'an and the Qur'an looks at them and sees now the coding, that the Muhammadan code is existing within that servant, and each to their darajat. This is what meant by when Prophet describing he's going to dispense the holy Kawthar. Means he's giving encryption keys into the hearts of those whom love him. And the more they love, the deeper their keys go. and the more He deposits within their soul of these realities, so that again when they look the haqqaiq come out. Same for holy hadith, that when the hadith of Prophet is read by one whom doesn't love, it's furqan, it's right and wrong. But the one whom has this encryption within their heart and this love for Prophet within their heart, what happens? Like our technology is trying to teach us, there's a code and a key been given into the heart, and as soon as that servant looks with that love and that ishq, the hadith begins to open for them. And that's why they read and other people think, where you got this from? They become angered. And the interesting part is that when you don't know something and you keep your manners and humility to try to learn something, then Allah's pleased with that servant. It's not about having to know, but it's about being humble enough to when you come across something you don't know, the good character of humility, stay silent and intrigued, and the heart now wants to learn, because like a sponge it wants to learn realities. Not that it thought it knows everything, as a result become belligerent and angry. And that's why if you read through the comments on all of our posts you can see what type of training other people have. They're filled with anger, filled with bad character, and it's that exact bad character that distances them from all these realities. So it means that these realities are achieved by the good character, the love of Prophet sending within their heart the ability to encrypt and open the encryptions and the locks that are put upon the hadith and Holy Qur'an. And our way then is based on these lights and based on these realities. Means even the simple understanding that I think most Muslim people feel that the earth is the only planet that has creation. So how many thousands of earths Allah's created? How many thousands of galaxies and universes are created? And in their creation Allah describes that they are from Bani Adam, from the jinn, from malaika, from different servants, that of which you know and that which you don't know. That creation is not limited to the earth. The size and the extent of creation is unknown to people, but narrow-mindedness thinks that all creation is based on here, and that Allah didn't create all these universes and planets with creation upon them. So one is the vastness of creation and the immensity of realities that this creation holds. The physics, the science, all of its realities are infinite in their understanding. Not our physics and not our sciences are the only sciences, it's the smallest sciences. The sciences of other creations and other realities and other knowledges they have may be far greater than our understandings of this earth for now. So it means that above every knower Allah describes in Qur'an is a knower. As much as we think we reached an apex of science, there must be infinite oceans of realities and knowledges. And this is the greatness of Allah, the amazing size of creation that can't be understood. But from its teachings in the last days, the holy hadith of Prophet describes that the Dajjal will enter everywhere, and only places that will be safe is Mecca, Medina and Sham al-Sharif. And we said from the physical knowledges people have an understanding that only Mecca will be safe, only Madinatul Munawwarah will be safe, and only Sham al-Sharif will be safe. If it was that easy, that's why we preface the whole talk, then everybody would just move to Sham and be safe. But if you look in the news, look like Sham already been decimated by Dajjal forces. This is a proof that there's more to what Prophet teaches than you open and read and got all the secrets, you got all the understandings. There must be a spiritual reality from every physical understanding. As we have a body and spirit, your body may pray but your heart may not be in it. What's the value of that? Nothing. Moving your body but your heart doesn't really believe, what's the value? That's what you call aerobics. You're just moving physicality. So it means everything has to come together. So one who only reads something and its outer shell they think they read, they yet didn't connect their heart to understand the spiritual significance. And in the spiritual significance lies its secret. So alhamdulillah, we've talked many times, but again it's important for people to contemplate because you don't know when it may open for someone. That when Prophet is describing that when deceit is coming, it's just Dajjal's system. The only protection from a Dajjal system before the actual advent of a physical deceiver, which all his agents are deceivers now, everyone who has a music influence is a deceiver. Everyone who has a business influence with these Dajjal people are deceivers. So his agents are deceiving in every field. What's required that Prophet is giving to us is that only Mecca will be safe. So then awliya come into our hearts and begin to teach. Reference to Mecca is reference to the heart. And that's why they give it in little pieces up till you build onto this point of marifah, because now we're going into the month of Sha'ban. And Allah giving to us, Prophet teaching for us that only Mecca will be safe. So then the servant must have a state of Mecca within their being. And visiting the Kaaba is nice but being the Kaaba is better. Paying for tourism of Holy Kaaba but understanding the haqqaiqs of the Kaaba. That understanding that my heart to be the real Kaaba is what we described is Haramain. No haram in the heart. It was deep but we got no questions, so maybe it went over somebody's head. Means not that you don't sin and you make a mistake and you lied to the policeman, you told a white lie to school teacher or business person, but evilness doesn't enter the heart. For if evilness should enter the heart becomes corrupt and evil. Once the heart becomes evil, every intention is evil. Every act was done with an evil heart means it was intended to cause harm, it was intended to speak with harm, it was intended to inflict difficulty. So then the servants are sitting and understanding that their shaykh is teaching, your heart has to be haramain, no evilness to enter the heart. That you want it to be the house of Allah, you want it to be filled with the lights and the realities of the house of Allah. That's why we have the Hajj realities. But people don't get it and don't read it, don't understand it. So my heart, this is a 3-step system. So my heart ati Allah, My heart has to be the house of Allah, has to leave haram, and I have to purify my heart, circumambulate my heart. My life is based on my heart, not my body. Circumambulation we described before, that which you focus on your heart in life. You make choices that are based on the importance of your heart. If what you're going to choose is going to harm to your body, then you don't choose it. If what you choose is going to be harm to your heart, you don't choose it. If that which pleases your body, you don't choose it. So everything is about not harming the heart but following the heart. If my heart is going to be the center of my reality, then Prophet begins to now expand upon the reality of that heart, because we live under Atiullah, Atiya Rasul, ulul amri minkum. So now just the beginning of Ata'ullah is my heart is the Kaaba, and that I want to be safe from Dajjal, my heart has to become the Kaaba. Then Prophet gave to us Madinatul Munawwara. Then the next and the second safe hold from Dajjal is Madinatul Munawwara. Means that my love that occupies my heart must be Madani, that I have to fill myself with the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Madinatul Munawwara, the city of lights which is the soul. And then my soul has to be filled with the lights of Sayyidina Muhammad. Hasbi Rabbi Jallallah ma fi qalbi ghayrullah Nur Muhammadun. Means then myself has to become Medina, my soul has to become Medina. That which you love will be with you, that which you love will overtake everything of our reality. So that the light of the soul and the light that enters into that heart, if it's going to be really Baytullah, Qalb al-Mu'min Baytullah. So Allah wants to understand for us that, are you Muhammadiyun? Do you love Prophet more than you love yourself? As a result your soul becomes Muhammadiyun, mixed and filled with the ishq and the love of Prophet. And that every salawat you're making, it's a power from the ocean in which Prophet is returning a praise upon your soul, empowering your soul, giving the beatific oceans and lights of your soul, so that now you're Atiya Rasul. And as a result the Baytullah is being filled with Sayyidina Muhammad. And then Prophet describes Sham al-Sharif, and the reality of Sham al-Sharif is the reality of awliyaullah, Sultanan fi Shams. That all the teachings is that Sham al-Sharif is the abode of awliya, and that all awliya before they die they ask that their souls to be sent to Sham al-Sharif to be buried on Yawm al-Mahshar, the location of the Day of Judgment in which Allah will bring down the Divinely Throne and the Judgment Day begins. And they say this is over the location of the maqam of Sultan al-Awliya, Shaykh Abdullah Faiz Daghestani Qaddasallahu Sirruh. Means that region Jabal Qayyum, this mountain area is that holy area, and Sham al-Sharif is symbolic of awliyaullah. So then what Prophet is giving to us, that your heart wants to be a Kaaba, but the Kaaba has to be filled with the light of Prophet and no evilness, no haram. Prophet is not mixed with haram. Means that the presence of Prophet is never with the presence of evilness. People make mistakes, no problem. But what we talked about is the evilness that enter into the heart, There is no presence of Sayyidina Muhammad like that. So it means that Mecca, Medina must be in the heart, and as a result Prophet gave them the formula, then you must be, and the next safe place is Shahm Sharif, means that you must be with awliya, because how would you achieve Mecca and how would you know what Medina is if you're not under the system of awliyaullah. If you're not being trained by them, taught by them, fed by them realities, you don't know what Kaaba is, you don't know what Mecca you don't know what Mecca is, what Medina is, or no understanding of what Sham al-Sharif is representing. It's all encoded because we see the physicality now. Anybody been for Hajj or Umrah, Mecca is a tourist attraction. Do anyone doubt that Dajjal is around? They built hotels all around, shopping malls all around. Now they even have like a highway and elevator system all around the Kaaba. So then what happened? It looked like Dajjal already there. So it means that there must have been a deeper reality, and this is true in every ayat al-Qur'an and every reality of Prophet giving to us. It was not you opened the book and you got all the secrets. Allah said, you have not been tested like those who came before you with your life, with your wealth, with your family, with your possessions, nor will you achieve anything without being tested like them. As a result of testing, then the Qur'an and Hadith begin to teach the servant. What Prophet was giving to us is a code that physical locations, no whole nation can be there, but you can bring that location into you, that you can make your heart to be Mecca. It requires it be clean and sanctified, purified, whoosh the house of Allah and circumambulate around it. And that you can make your heart and soul Madinatul Munawwara with the love of Prophet, and this is what we call the light of faith. When you love Sayyidina Muhammad more than you love yourself. And the only way to achieve that is to be with the people of Shahm al-Sharif, and these are the awliya. And as a result they feed you from their knowledges, they teach you from their knowledges, they raise you from their knowledges. And only by their hands and their association can these states be accomplished for the servant. As a result they have accomplished Atiullah, Ati' Rasul wa ulul amri minkum. And as a result Allah has dressed them with Izzatullah, Izzat Rasul wa Izzat al-mu'mineen. Only by this izzah and might that never flows to a servant from Allah to them, because this is the system Allah gave. Anyone think, oh, I get Izzatullah, no, you are a liar. Because Allah's system is the Izzatullah, Izzat Rasul has to pass through the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad. So somebody says, oh they have power, they have power, they have this, they have that, but they're not from the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad. No, they have a izzat al-shaitan. That's going to be the fake system, the Dajjal system. Technologies and jinn and all sorts of creatures will be used for fake izzah, fake power, fake connection, fake understanding. This system from the Divine is a rope, and it's an encrypted rope. Allah's might and majesty flowing only to the heart and hands of Sayyidina Muhammad. And the only ones whom can take the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad encrypted and flowing are the ulul amri minkum. As a result they are the ones whom hold those powers, and they teach the reality and they reach towards humanity, jinni wa ins. And as a result they hold people and bring people back to this power station. And if they reach this Mecca, Medina and Sham al-Sharif, means they're dressed by Izzatullah, Izzat al-Rasul, Izzat al-Mu'mineen. Of course then they're safe from Dajjal and deceit, deception. How could you be safe from deception if you're being fooled every day? That's the funny part. When we teach out and people are reading and getting angry, so look like Dajjal already got you because you become so angered because you've been deceived in what you thought you know. He said, no, this Ya'juj and Ma'juj are humans, they're all humans, you don't know anything. We know 90% of humans are all jinn now. So what are you talking about? Being human, what does that mean? You're not the people of paradise anymore. 99% of humans on earth are possessed. So actually they've given themselves to jinn. So they're from the jinnan race now. You're talking about insan and human, Bani Adam, that's a noble creation. Do you think you can call yourself Bani Adam alayhim as-salam? Nobody reaching that. وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا Bani Adam, that they were honoured and gifted. So it means many haqqaiqs, it's the silliness of these people's comments for us to understand so that our people can delete the comments and reply to comments. That what exactly are you saying that Bani Adam? And who do you know who's who when 99% of people have given themselves to other spiritual beings. They eat what they eat, they do what they do, they interact as they do, and all of what we're teaching. These are not the people of paradise. When you say Adam and Eve, you're talking about the people of paradise whom they operate their life from their soul. These are only the handful of awliya on this earth and those whom training with them to keep their paradise reality and not to become possessed by shayateen and the jinn races. So I mean at every level we see the extent of ignorance, and may Allah save us, guide them, and for our people to understand the immensity of haqqaiqs and realities. That the reality is not something you open and you look at and it's that simple. Everything must be struggled for, everything must be moved for until Allah opens its realities. We pray that Allah give us more and more understanding and more lights in which to achieve these realities within the heart and the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa siri Surat al-Fatiha.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.